Hello everyone, Manathrall here, and welcome to a little bit of a heads up of what's to expect over these next few months, including possibly potentially a good chunk of the year. Because the RuneScape survey results are back, and if you go to RuneScape's channel, you'll actually be able to see some of the results for yourself and how they plan on going from here as far as the updates are concerned. Also, there was one I want to discuss about is the mobile. Now, it's not ready yet, of course. The way it's looking like it won't be fully ready until later towards winter time. At least that's my opinion. You know, if they think they're going to get it out sooner, by all means they might. But realistically, I'm thinking we can expect it later in the year. But it did look pretty good. They were testing it out on the iPhone. Now, to me, the iPhone they were using was an iPhone 6. I'm not sure what number it's up to other than X. I don't know where 6 lies with that. But they were, using the iPhone 6 with it. So that's good news for people who don't quite have the newest phones. However, the graphics were turned down a bit. Now, whereas, I have the Galaxy S8, whenever I was testing it, it looked fantastic. It looked pretty well just like what you see right here. So, the only thing is, they're still working with the interface a bit, so that might have an influence on things. The only thing I can say is, thanks to some of the changes they have made, including interface presets, which is probably why they actually made the interface presets, is for this. So because this way, whenever you're on mobile, you can have it loaded to the mobile preset, and then if you're on your PC, you can have different size screens set up, however you so choose. This way you don't have to worry too much about having the right screen size, having this and having that. You'll be good to go. And I'll actually show you a little bit about setting up the screen sizes, like the different interfaces and how you save your presets. It's just I have to get out of combat before I do that. Alright, here we go. So you can actually edit your layout mode. And it'll go into this. You can load different layouts and see you have different options that you can actually do here. And there's different customs you can have. And whenever you save this kind of a preset, you'll actually be very good to go. And then you can actually kind of edit as you see fit. Now you can edit the 3D world, you can edit the minigame HUD, and you can actually edit the gameplay HUDs. So there's a lot of HUDs. A lot of HUDs. So just keep that in mind if you do go that route. There's a lot to it, but once you have it all set up, it's going to be fantastic. The next thing is, the content that was shown from the survey. They did announce one thing, and they only announced one thing out of all the things they announced. They went over, I should say. But they were very straightforward and open about what they expected and what they actually got back from feedback. However, they didn't really announce too much that was actually definitely going to be coming, except for two things. They did announce that they're not planning on any new skills currently. Now that could change, but there was also big feedback from people saying about elite skills and what they thought of them. And the results might shock some of you, but I personally am one of the people who also was kind of overjoyed about this news. A lot of people seem to actually like the elite skills, which means in time we're probably going to see more of those. It's just hard to say when. And I do remember initially they did say that they didn't plan on having a new elite skill right now. They were planning on just kind of having a basic skill. But a lot of people were voting for a new gathering skill, but of course that may or may not happen. It all depends on what there is to gather, if there is something to gather, one of those kind of things. But other than that, the skills, like they said, there's not going to be a new skill, at least nothing this year. From the way it sounded. Now there is going to be surprises, of course, throughout the year, so you never know, but I don't think there's going to be a skill this year either, which I'm kind of disappointed about. Me personally, I would love to see a new skill every year, but that's me. I'm kind of insane with that. But the thing they plan on having an expansion on is the farming skill, or the player-owned skill. I'm not sure which you would, construction. I'm not really sure which one it really would technically classify under, but they do plan on adding some more stuff to the farming skill, and I mean like a whole new category. So it sounds like they are either going to be doing the animal, like raising animals, cattle, stuff like, not necessarily cattle, but stuff with animals, or player-owned farms, which I'm thinking those would kind of go hand in hand. So that's why I'm not entirely sure what they're planning there. They didn't really go into detail about it or anything like that, and we are supposedly, unless things get bumped back, supposed to be expecting a big update come this May. So there's a lot to look forward to and a lot of curiosities, but I know some people might not be too thrilled about this month's updates, but this month is kind of a little bit of a breather after a lot of big updates. And then next month, I believe, is supposed to be a really big update from the way it had sounded. Now, whether it is or not, I can't guarantee that. But that is the basic gist of what was all being discussed. The main key points, I feel anyway, personally. If you want to see the full video for yourself, by all means, go to RuneScape's channel. The content showcase, the survey results is an hour and a half long, and the mobile showcase is kind of a little bit of a long video too. They usually keep their streams at about an hour to an hour and a half. Usually it's not really any shorter than that. But you'd be able to see more of the results, stuff like that. But a lot of the results, personally, nothing really surprised me. But there was a few surprises, like the elite clues. I didn't think they would be quite as high of a positive feedback as it was, but that's fantastic news if you ask me, because I love that skill, or elite skills. So that'll do it for today's video though, so thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what you guys think of the survey results if you watch it, and anything that kind of pops out to you, that kind of stuff, anything you found fascinating. We can discuss it till your heart's content. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, later guys.